Damn, my hair is scuffed as fuck. I need a motherfucking haircut. What up? What up, fools? I've been back in the States for about a month. I haven't got my haircut since I was in motherfucking Asia and shit. Um, Fuck, it's hard to go from paying $2 for a haircut over there to like coming over here and having to pay like 25. But anyway, I um I wanted to. This fucking video keeps popping up on my fucking suggested fucking videos. It's this crap, dude. For like the last week, this fucking thing has been popping up on my motherfucking cell phone, on my motherfucking PlayStation, and it's 31-year-old forever alone virgin. How it happens, and it's got 150,000 views. It came out 3 months ago. This shit's just been popping up on my shit for like the last week. And I think it was like yesterday or the day before, I was finally like, all right, I'm gonna watch this crap. Like, they keep shoving this shit in my motherfucking face. I'll just fucking watch this shit. And I watched it, and I couldn't watch the whole thing, dude. So maybe fill me in if there's something that I'm missing. But uh, I watched like 5 minutes of it, and I had to turn it off, dude. This shit is so fucking dumb, bro. I don't have any notes or anything. I'm just going off the top of my head here, but this shit's so fucking dumb, dude. What's it called? There's no reason why you should be a 31-year-old virgin, dude. Like, there's not an excuse for that. And I'm saying, like, maybe you can't get girls or whatever, and that's all well and good. I don't necessarily think that's like your fault or whatever. Like, we live in this weird ass here. I'm here in the States. I'm here in Arizona, but shit's fucking weird out here, dude. And it's not necessarily like ideal for dudes, especially like in my age range. I'm 30, and I see it all the time as far as frustrated men, um, and there's a reason why I think this video keeps being suggested to me. And I think that's for a selection of reasons. Number one is I watch a lot of these, I wouldn't say like MGTOW videos, but shit that's definitely runs in the same circles. You know what I'm saying? As far as um, just like more like conservative speaking people like Ben Shapiro, Stefan Molyneux type people. But then I also kind of watch some shit that's like, that's not necessarily what I would say like MGTOW, but it kind of like I said runs in the same circles. So like a Aaron Clary kind of video. Sometimes like Richard Cooper, although not as much. Um, Even I've been watching these like No Joke Howard videos where he's in like Cambodia and shit. If you haven't seen it before, I would suggest checking it out. I don't know. It's just everyone's different, and there's so many different like YouTube people to like watch or whatever. Everyone's got different personalities and shit, and what's gonna like speak to them more, who they're gonna relate to more or less, and all the people I mentioned briefly just before, all people that kind of speak to me, or I feel like we have similarities. Like I more or less can understand the language. I'm picking up what they're putting down. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And so because I watch these kind of videos that talk about women and men and how you should live your life and blah blah blah, I think that's why I've been getting this fucking crap. Let me show you guys this shit real quick so you see what I'm talking about. All right. See that shit? That says, because it's backwards, you can't read it, but that says 31-year-old forever alone virgin. How it happens? And, I mean, how it happens is we live in a fucking weird ass society, dude, where, like, there's this weird attitudes and views and belief systems on sex and male-female interactions and relationships. And I know this because I've been other places, dude. I've been other places in the world, and it's completely different. Like, you would not, this video, this 31-year-old forever alone virgin video would not happen in motherfucking Thailand or some shit, because there's just no excuse to do that. Like I just got back from Thailand like a month ago. Like I said, I was in Cambodia. Went all over Thailand and spent some time in Cambodia. Not as much as I'd like to. And I've also been to Mexico, and I'm going other places soon. I'm going to Colombia this summer. I'm gonna be going to Mexico here in a week. I'm likely going to Vietnam in January for maybe a month, maybe for a fucking year, honestly. Um, but what's it called? That wouldn't happen over there because like sex is it's just looked at completely differently. It's like not a big deal. It's just is normal. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking with this one guy. I was in Bangkok. I was in this bar called Therme, and I'm bringing all this. This all come together. Just let me fucking rant a little bit. But I was at this bar called Therme, and this is in downtown Bangkok, and it's fucking hard to describe this place because it's like unlike anything you will ever see in America, ever, anywhere. But it's basically it's this big ass hotel, and in the basement there's like a separate staircase that goes down to the basement, and the basement is Therme, and Therme is like this bar that like caters primarily to Asian dudes. I think mostly like Japanese guys, and so you go in and you go into this door, and I didn't notice it the first time I went there. I went there 3 times, and you go to this door, and on the door, I didn't notice this at first, but there's literally a fucking sign on the door that is like no lady boys and shit, and it's like the way you know that it's a fucking it's like a silhouette of like a dude with like a wig. I should have taken a picture of it. It's hard to describe, but it was like a dude dressed up like a woman with like a big fucking like X through it. It was like with the X through it. You know what I'm saying? Like no lady boys. So you go in and you get a drink. You walk to the left. There's like this little bar, and you get a drink, and the drinks are very reasonably priced, which is nice. I like Therme. And what's it called? Hold on. You get a drink, and then you turn around, and there's literally like 100 girls. And they're like standing in like a horseshoe, and that's how kind of the bar is set up. It's like a horseshoe with like seats, but along the horseshoe, there's literally like 100 girls, ranging in attractiveness from kind of old and worn out and not that attractive. I would say like fours and fives, being generous, all the way up to motherfucking dime piece, like tens, like with fucking dressed to the nines, like makeup and hair and fucking. I mean, not even a lot of makeup, honest. From what I saw from the Asian chicks, I was only there for 2 weeks this time. I didn't see him wear a whole lot of makeup, dude, and some of them were fucking, whoo, oh my god. But the thing with Therme is, so being from the West, y'all probably, whoever watches it probably ain't gonna like that, just because it's like taking a break for the action or whatever. But okay, fuck it. I'm still getting up, dog. It's like, it's 1 o'clock. I've only been up for like an hour. Anyway, so back to Therme, and then I'm gonna bring this all together. I swear, I promise. It's all gonna. There's a point to it. Um, so being from the West, like you operate a certain way. You're used to things being a certain way. So when I got into Therme, I was like, I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck is this? And I was with some homies too. We were all saying the same shit. We're like, what the fuck is this? Like they're just standing there like it's a meat market or some shit. It's fucking crazy. And like I said, some of them are fucking really hot. And what's it called? And then there's mad Asian dudes. Like there's mad like Japanese dudes and Thai dudes, and there's some white dudes, but definitely in the minority is a fucking white guy. And what's it called? I mean, and the white dudes that were there were primarily, as with most cases in Thailand and Southeast Asia, there's more Australians, Europeans, Russians, In Therme, I would say it was, you know, a little bit of that, but mostly Asian dudes, like Japanese people and shit, dudes. And so, like I said, being from the West, like I had no idea how this fucking place works, like how any of this shit works. None of my buddies. So we just sit down, we're drinking, we're talking with like some Australian Asian dudes, meaning these are like Asian dudes, but clearly from Australia. Like they had the accent and everything, and you know what I'm saying. And we're just like, what the fuck is this? Like blah blah blah. One of my buddies, one of my buddies like was like, all right, fuck it, like because we were standing by some girls and shit, like probably like 10 of them, and they're just standing there, like just you know what I'm saying, like looking all hot and like just standing there. And one of my buddies goes up to him, and he's like, hey, excuse me. He don't speak no Thai. This was like our, this was like our third day there too, or some shit. Like you know what I'm saying, or like yeah, it was like our second or third day. And my buddy goes up to like this fucking like eight or nine, like she was hot and younger, like I don't know, early 20, probably 20, 22. And he's like, hey, excuse me, like, how does this work? Like, blah, blah, blah. And the girl, like, blew him off, dude. I don't know if it's because he wasn't speaking Thai or, like I said, dude, if you're not used to that, you don't know how to, like, come correct or, like, how to, like, operate in that atmosphere, in that particular venue. Like, if you don't get it, you know what I'm saying? You're a foreigner. You don't understand how this shit works. So, you know, he was trying to talk to him. That didn't work. We didn't figure it out. We stayed for like an hour and then we left and went to, like, anyone familiar with Bangkok is going to know these places. We went to like Nana Plaza and, you know, fucked around, played some Connect 4. I eventually got into some shenanigans not too much longer after we left. When we were at Nana Plaza, our group broke up, and it was just me and another buddy, and we ended up getting into some shenanigans down the street. I think like Soy 24 or some shit is where we went, or like Soy 13. It was something like that. Somewhere east of Nana, not too far though. And what's it called? But anyway, what was I saying? There was a point to that. Oh, okay. But so we didn't figure out. Not that not everyone in our group was even trying to do some shit like that. Like as far as like, you know, using the services of one of those very attractive young ladies. I don't care, honestly. Or obviously, I don't care. I don't mind. I'm about that action. You know what I'm saying? No judgment here. And what's it called? I think all things are to be enjoyed in moderation. Drugs, especially, and women. If you're a straight dude like myself, women are a drug, dude. So you gotta be fucking careful of that shit, dude. Cause motherfucking that shit'll fuck with your head, bro. Like, especially if you're not used to that, dude. It's like if you like drugs but you've never had access to it. And the same thing like back in Thailand, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have problems with medication or prescription pills or whatever, you go over there, dude. You don't need no doctor to get whatever. You go to the pharmacy and you can get pretty much anything you want. Um, you might have to fucking hunt, which I had to do many times. It's weird in Thailand, and I swear I'm gonna bring us all together. I'm like totally going off on tangents and shit, but just bear with me. Um, you can get anything you want. So if you're not used to that, like you could take it too far. And it's the same with women, because this isn't the West, dude. Like back over in fucking Southeast Asia, bro. It's just another product or service that's available. And so like you could overdo it with prescription meds. You could overdo it with women. Just be careful and enjoy everything with moderation, I guess is what I'm saying. And so to kind of tie everything back together, I went back to Therme like two more times, and I didn't really start to figure it out until like the last night I was there, and by then it was kind of too late, and then I literally had to leave back to America the next day. So that kind of sucks. But if I ever go back, I think I'll like first night like get whatever I want. And what's it called? But the whole point of that is what was the whole point? Oh, like this guy with this fucking YouTube video. It's just so pathetic, dude. It's like 31-year-old forever alone virgin. How it happens. Well, like I know how it happens, dude. Like even if you're an attractive guy, you got shit going for you. Dating is not easy here in the West, dude. It's like we have this some dude for those of you dudes that say it's easy and you have no problems. God bless you, brother. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at it. I'm jealous, but more happy for you than anything. You know what I'm saying? And don't even tell me that even if shit is well, that you don't have fucking bullshit that you go through. That's anywhere, dude. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's, you know, I've had good times, bad times, and everything in between. It's funny actually. When I've had the most success with women was when I was like the biggest fucking loser, like no money, no job, no car. I don't know. As I get older, I think like maybe it's just because I was around. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have responsibility and you got your shit going for you, to a certain extent, you're just not around. Like, does that make sense? Like if you're some bum, you're just there. You got nothing better to do. You got time and energy to put into that. And then what a lot of times happens is if you have success with women and you're in that situation, like I said, where you're like a fucking loser, piece of shit, and like it's still somehow working for you. I've been in that position, and but usually the girls, they might be hot, but they're not quality like long term shit. Like if you're looking for that, like they're usually kind of slutty. They're probably gonna be banging other dudes and shit, and so it's typically not going to turn into anything long term. And then usually the girls, they're they're not like the best quality. They might be hot, dude, and you might like be enjoy fucking them, but it's not usually like a good recipe for like long term. There's obviously going to be instances where that's not true, or where it is true or whatever, but anywho, like I said, dating in the West is weird, dude. And like I said, this 31-year-old virgin video would not happen if we were if this guy lived in motherfucking Thailand. Because, like I said, so I went back to Therme a couple times, and like the last night I was there, I was like talking with these two dudes. I was talking with an Australian dude and then a guy who's been living in Thailand for a while. He's from California, and I was just enjoying these two dudes talk. I just randomly met them, was drinking beer with them at Therme, and like they were so interesting. I didn't even really care about the girls. I was like just soaking up game from these dudes. And the one guy was telling me, I think he put it best. This California guy, he's like, look, dude, he was like some dating coach or some shit. I didn't get a chance to talk to him too much or ask too much. I didn't really want to. I kind of if someone's like a celebrity or like a big deal in some kind of community or something, I'd prefer not to know, because then that is going to bias my behavior towards that person, or it might not. But typically, I found that it does, especially if it's someone that I find kind of like admirable or someone that I find interesting. I could kind of act like a um, what do you call it? Like a fan. You know what I mean? And if you come at someone like a fan, it's gonna be a different interaction than if you're just some fucking person they met. And if I know that you think I'm a big deal, and then the interaction is gonna be different than if, like, say I'm a big deal and I'm meeting someone and I think they have no idea who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be different for both parties involved. Typically, I'm trying to get better at that. As far as like not being a hoe or a groupie, you know what I'm saying, or a fanboy. And what's it called? Oh, so I was talking to this guy. He's from California. He's been there for years. He like sells coral reefs and shit. And he put it the best, dude. He's like, man, and I kind of had this a little bit too. Like we ran into some like Western women when we were in Thailand and Cambodia. This is me and my group of 3 friends, and so we came across like some hotties a couple times, and like younger chicks. I remember when we were in Siem Reap, Cambodia, we were hanging out with these like 5 girls from like England, and they were all like 19, 20, and some of them were fucking hot, and we were like dancing and shit and drinking, and then they just like bounced. It was weird, like they just bounced. I think I even was like trying to get there. I was like, let me get your Instagram or some shit, and like gave them my phone, and none of them put their Instagram in my phone. It was fucking weird. And guys, let me tell you, bro, like we weren't being fucking weird or creepy or anything. Like none of that, dude. We were fucking cool. We were offering them drugs. We weren't being like fucking weird. Like come back to our place. Like you know what I'm saying? And this ties into what I was saying as far as with this California guy. So he was telling me he's like, dude, he's like these fucking Western women, dude. He's like they think they have like a fucking pot of gold between their legs, you know, because that's how a lot of dudes treat them, bro. And he's like over here, he's like it ain't like that, bro. He's like I thought this was a little. It wasn't strange or odd. I just thought this was a little bit funny. But he was telling me he's like, yeah, he's like, I saw like these American girls the other day, and I was like, bitch, like, how does it feel to know your pussy ain't worth shit out here? And then he was like, then they started laughing, and I was laughing because they knew it was true, and blah, blah, blah. And whether or not that's true, I don't know. It might have been, it might not, you know what I'm saying? But the point of it is true in that, you know, these, a lot of Western women, I love you. I love you. I might marry one of you one day and put some babies in you. We'll see. But what's it called? They do have an attitude of like like I said, like they got a pot of gold between their legs because they kind of do. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes out here really play up the pussy. They put that shit on a motherfucking pedestal because it's motherfucking it's a motherfucking. I'm rambling on a little bit, but whatever. It's a good, dude. It's a good or stuff that has value. And I mean, what dude doesn't or you like the fucking bum hole, you know, whatever you're into. I don't care, dude. Whatever. I don't care what you like to stick your dick inside of. It don't make no difference to me. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. As long as you like don't like fuck kids and shit, like obviously. But what's it called? Don't fuck kids, guys. Come on. Anyway, what's it called? Oh, but this guy, yeah, he's like, out here though, he's like, these bitches, like, he's like, they quickly realize that they're not in America and they can't, like, fucking do their bullshit and get away with it and still have dudes, like, chasing after him. He's like, this is the whole point. The guy was like, he's like, why would I put up with some bullshit from some bitch, like, and maybe get some puss here and there, and I mean maybe not, and like spend time and money and energy. It's like this whole thing, like dudes, like you could go on dates, you could go on 3 dates, spend hours and money and frustration if you didn't get what you want, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like let's say you spent, you know, over 3 dates, 6 hours, you know, $100 each time. That's like $300. Plus, if your time is worth $50 an hour, if you spent 6 hours, that's another 300. So you're spending hundreds of dollars, and you're not even necessarily guaranteed to get what you want. Which, let's be honest, like guy wants sex, like you know, or that's not everything, but it's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, companionship and you know, a teammate in life to help enhance my life so we can grow together and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's about sex. You know what I'm saying? It's like an exchange of like sex and resources. Like women typically want access to resources. They want, you know, they want like social standing as far as like, you know, I can totally understand how there comes like a level of, I don't know, not clout, but what's the word of like being in a higher like status as far as like in your society or whatever. So like there's a certain respectability that comes with like, oh, I'm married to a doctor. Oh, I'm married to a lawyer. Oh, I'm married to the mayor. As opposed to like, you know, I'm married to some janitor or something. There's like a social clout that comes with that out here in the West. Um, that is not necessarily true everywhere else in the world. I mean, it might be, but not like it is out here. And so, what was I saying? Let me bring it all together. This guy at Third May, the California guy, he's like, why would I put up with all of that bullshit and pay all that money and time and frustration and blah 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 blah? He goes, when I could just fuck any one of these girls, and he points to like 100 of them, and he's like, I could fuck any one of these girls for like an hour for, what was it? It was like, how much baht was it? Oh, it was like 1,500 baht, which is $45. He's like, I could just pay 1,500 baht and like fuck one of these like super hot chicks. And he's got a fucking great point. And it's like, why would you do all that? When I was in Thailand, dude, like, I didn't even jerk off. Like, I was like, why would I jerk off? Because my Tinder is fucking lit. Every other swipe was like a match. And then I could go bang some sexy ass hooker for $45. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then just that's it. You know what I mean? There's no nonsense attached to it. It just is what it just is what it is. They're happy, I'm happy. Everybody's happy. And so yeah, dude, this fucking 31-year-old forever alone fucking virgin, bro, fuck off, dude. Go to fucking Tijuana. Go anywhere else in the world. America is like one of the only places where it's like weird to like pay for sex or like engage in like more of a like transactional relationship. Meanwhile, the motherfucking dating in itself is transactional in large part, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like time, money, energy. It's the same shit. It's just more steps. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm not a hooker, like, kind of thing. It's like there's like the stigma that comes with it too, which I think is unfair. That it's like, you're like, oh, like I wouldn't let someone like pay me for sex, but like I'll let them take me out on dinner like 3 times and spend a bunch of time and shit and in hopes that they maybe get what they want, which is sex. Come on, dude. Like, come on. Don't be fucking don't be bullshitting, dog. Like oh, she's so funny. She makes me happy. It's like, no, you like to you want to stick your wiener in her mouth. And I don't blame you. I do too. And so yeah, man, this shit is just I couldn't watch it, dude. This 31-year-old forever alone virgin video, dude. It's just sad and pathetic, and it's like, what's the opposite of empowering? It's like disempowering. Like, oh, you be like me, be 31 and a virgin and alone forever. How it happens. So, dude, don't fucking subscribe to that bullshit, bro. My advice to, and if you want the link, you can find escort services here in the States. There's a website I could send you the link to, where you can see like reviews. That way, you're not like talking to a cop or someone's gonna rip you off or rob you. And but if you're not trying to do that in America, which I get it, I understand. People are scared of getting caught in law enforcement shit or robbed or STDs. I understand. If you're not trying to do that here, bro, go somewhere where you can, bro. Go to Amsterdam, or go to Thailand, dude. With somewhere where it's just like normal, bro. It's like not stigmatized. It's not a big deal. All the locals do it. They don't have fucking mass shootings from these sexually frustrated dudes. I hate the word incel. I hate that shit because these poor dudes they're neutered by society. Their balls are cut off, dude, and it's sad, bro. And I've definitely felt that external pressure as well, as far as just how society wants us to behave and what its social norms. It's maybe not outlined in paper, but you feel it. You know how it is if you've been here long enough. Like, you know how people are. And so like if you're pushing 30, you're virgin still, you like women, you're just frustrated, dude, get out of America, dude. Even if it's just for a week or two, man. I'm telling you, I'm about to go to Ensenada, Mexico in a week, which is like south of Tijuana. You bet your butt that if there's some fucking very attractive woman that I encounter, and I would like, oh, that was the thing. Oh, let me finish. If I come across some attractive woman and she's got what I want and I got what she wants, then, you know what I'm saying? Then some shit's gonna go down for sure. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. Go to Mexico. Go to motherfucking Amsterdam. Go to Thailand. Go to Colombia. Go somewhere and just get that shit out of your fucking system, dude.
That is not good for your self-esteem, your mental health, to be walking around in the back of your head being like, I'm a 31-year-old virgin who's forever alone, and this is how it happens. Like, get that shit. That is you're being neutered by society. You're being fucking chained down, dude. You're a fucking a slave to the social norms that you don't fucking care about. I don't fucking care about. You know what I'm saying? I subscribe to my own shit. Like I'm not like I don't care if people are like, oh, that's weird or that's not normal. Like fuck you, dude. I'm 30 years old, bro. I might not live another 30 years, man. Do I want to like think about this shit, dude? Do you want to be on your deathbed? Like you gone 30 years, dude? Like you're the those are going to be probably easier than your next 30 years as far as like interactions and dealing with women and shit. I could be wrong about that, but at least in my experience, I had a lot more opportunities and shit when I was younger, dude, and was around more people and like more energy and like when you go to school, like high school or college, like everyone's there. So it's like there's more of a selection. When you're 30, dude, you may, dude, there's days where I'll go my whole day without even really interacting with women that I find attractive or that I'd be interested in having sex with. It's not like high school, bro. Like high school, it was like every class. I was in 6 classes every day, and in each class, there was probably like 5 to 10, females that I found sexually attractive and you could talk to, and maybe get something going. You know what I'm saying? And that just doesn't really happen as much when you get older, dude. And you get a career and you see the same fucking people every day, and you know what I mean. It's different, dude. And so, um, like I said, bro, like go to Thailand or something, bro, and just go get that demon out of your body, dude. I would say that sometimes. I'd be like, I need to cast this demon out of my body today, because like I said, dude, like I didn't even I didn't even want to jerk off when I was over there. I was like, why would I jerk off? Like my Tinder, every other swipe is a match, and now granted, albeit most of what I saw when I was in Thailand and Cambodia on Tinder as far as swiping, there was a lot of lady boys. Number one, a lot of lady boys. And what's cool about that is they'll tell you, dude. It says it right on their thing. I am lady boy or LB, or they're cool about it. Like they're very upfront, which I appreciate. I'm sure it's, there's reasons why they do that. Like obviously, some dudes are not going to be like happy to find themselves in a situation with someone they thought is a girl and it's not, because like a lot of these women in Thailand, the lady boys they'll be hyper feminine. Like they will look at women in the West and kind of accentuate that, and so to speak. Like they will wear a lot of makeup, they will dress like whores. God bless them. And I show you some of these pictures of these lady boys in Thailand, and you're like, that's a dude. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like some of them are fucking hot, bro. And but what's it called? Like I said, I didn't even jerk off while I was over there because okay, the Tinder, it was either lady boys or the next biggest one I saw were what I would call like good girls, which are like girls that you would want to date long term. They're not whores. It's more than likely going to take a little time and effort. And I was only there for a couple weeks, so I wasn't interested in good girls because didn't have the time. If I was there longer, that's the route I would be going. Is I'd be wanting to meet nice local girls that were good girls that weren't prostitutes. God, don't get me wrong, I love prostitutes. Like God bless them, but like I wouldn't necessarily be wanting to date one. Um, like I would one of these like good girls or whatever. And you could just tell just by looking at the pictures, like the way they dress. If they're a good girl, there'll be like pictures of them. If they're a teacher, there'll be pictures of them in the classroom teaching, smiling, not dressed like a complete whore. Um, and then as far as also in Thailand on Tinder, there was the lady boys, the good girls. There were some prostitutes, not many. Well, actually, yeah, there was. I was in Chiang Mai and I had a couple of them pretty, not aggressively pursuing me, but they were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" This is at like 12:30 at night. They're like, "What are you doing right now? I could come to you right now, like massage." And massage is usually it does entail a massage, but then also other things, as you can imagine. That's the other thing. that's another thing. If you're in America and you're not trying to go on one of these websites I'm telling you about with the escorts and shit, go to an Asian massage parlor, dude. Like, it's a little bit nerve-wracking if you've never done it before, but just go do it, dude. It costs like $50 for the massage, and then anything extra is usually like another 60 to 150, depending on what you're taking care of, whether you're just getting jerked off or, you know, full service kind of shit. It's gonna cost more, obviously. And there you go. Get rid of that fucking virgin shit, dude. Get that out of your fucking head, dude. It's not good for you, dude. You're looking at yourself in a if kind of a negative way, like kind of like a looking down on yourself by having that in your head that I'm a 31-year-old virgin. Like, that's not good for your self-esteem, and I highly suggest you fucking cast that demon out of your body and get it over with. And don't blame yourself too much, dude. Honestly, like, you know, we all have stuff that we could do better or be better at, but you live in a society that is fucking weird as shit, dude. I'm telling you that you could be a nice, normal dude, and that just ain't gonna work for you always. You know what I'm saying? Or it may not be bringing in what you're interested in. You know what I'm saying? And I just say, fucking don't let society trick you into thinking that this is normal and this is how shit should be, and you're just gonna be alone forever and a virgin and a loser and blah 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 blah. That's a bunch of crap. Don't listen to that shit. Get out of the country. If you're not don't have the means to get out of the country, hit up a massage parlor. I could do more. I could talk more about that another time, more in depth, more in detail. But I don't know. I just wanted to put this out there because I hate that fucking video. I fucking hate it. It's like and like I said, somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but I couldn't even watch the whole thing because I'm just like, dude, people don't need to be looking at that and thinking that it's normal. It is normal in that it happens, but it's not normal in that you shouldn't just be so like, well, I guess this is life now. Like it's never gonna fuck anything, just gonna jerk off. Like, dude, like, there's been periods of times where, and one of my buddies is going through this right now, where you might get to a point where jerking off doesn't do it for you anymore, bro. And then what are you gonna do? And like I said, dude, think of like these motherfuckers that like shoot up movie theaters and just kill a bunch of people. Even the Vegas guy, dude, I think I have to suspect that sexual frustration definitely played some kind of role or influence in these people's decisions to go fucking murder a bunch of people, because I guarantee if you just got your dick sucked by some fucking sexy whore who is telling you like you're so handsome and your dick is big and blah blah blah, like, who's gonna want to go shoot somebody after that? Dog, you're just wanting to go home and maybe get some fucking tacos on the way home and some beer and fucking eat tacos and beer and play a video game and pass out, or like watch some YouTube videos or something. You're not going to be like wanting to go kill people, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a unique thing of part of our society out here, is that, you know, paying for sex is like so stigmatized and like looked down upon, when in reality I think it could be a really good tool to, you know, keep yourself keep yourself from thinking about crazy shit or like looking at yourself in a certain way. And I think it's a very underutilized tool, but that is also a symptom of the society that we live in and how things are looked upon. And I could get into more of that later on another time, but that was just my 40-minute rant about this fucking 40 minutes? No way. 40 minutes? Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, don't listen to this fucking crap, dude. Like, if it, you know what I'm saying, go pay for it, dude. Get out of the country. If you go, like I said, go to Thailand. Nobody even fucking cares, dude. It's just normal, dude. People will try to shame you into like, oh, you're a pervert. All you care about is sex and blah, blah. Like, oh, I'm sorry. The tens of thousands of years of programming in my brain to like reproduce. Oh, sorry, that makes me a pervert. Like, oh, oops, like, oh, sorry, guys. Like, let me just you want me to just chop off my balls? You know what I'm saying? So, All right, don't listen to that crap. I'm gonna keep making more videos. I love you guys. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill other